Hey guys, welcome back to the $1 Million Book Club. My name is Casey. I don't think I've ever done an official intro for this. And I'm the host of the Plus One podcast. Today we have our usual book club person, and that is
Hi, my name is Kim.
talk a little louder. This is this. While she's trying to do that, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to share the positivity from this book club and hopefully to give your friends and family and maybe the people you don't like some information. We share with everyone around here.
Hi, my name is Kim. You've seen me before on the Plus One podcast. I am the chief editor
Mm.
of my life
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
just
that.
an editor of the Plus One podcast.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad to be here with my sister boss,
Sister boss.
Casey.
Yeah. Why didn't it load? But it did.
We read this book.
Oh, yes, we read this book.
Mm-hmm. It's called The Four Agreements.
Ding. We're getting ready to ask ourselves, well, not ask ourselves, but, ask each other some dazzling questions.
Well, what did you think about the book, first of all?
What did I think about the book?
Mm-hmm.
20 out of 10. Definitely recommend. It was lit. It was turned. It was eye-opening. Yeah, it was a very special book.
Okay.
Did you want specifics? Like, I thought we would get into a highlight point later.
No, I just wanted to get your overall thought on the
Okay,
book.
what was your thoughts?
I would give this book a very uncomfortable very uncomfortable 10 out of 10. Because of the way that the book reads you for filth
Literally.
in the nicest way possible. And this book was...
I feel like The Alchemist spoke to me a little bit too, though.
I mean, it did, but this
speaks right to you. It's like the Bible.
it was clearer than the Bible. You know how everybody has their interpretations of the Bible and stuff like that?
Because that's what they want to make of it.
But this is in plain English.
Clear words.
There's no thou,
Art.
doubt, dart, art, wherefore,
Shan't, won't.
shalom. None of that. None of that. It's plain English.
A second grader could read this book. For real.
So I appreciated it, and I didn't appreciate it at the same time.
Oh, wow. Because it made you uncomfortable.
A little bit.
All right, let's start.
Okay.
How did you interpret the concept of the four agreements in the context of everyday life? Which of the agreements resonated with you the most when you first encountered them? I already have my answer. It was always do your best.
I think be impeccable with your word.
Got you. That's the first chapter, nigga.
I know. But and really, it wasn't the four agreements that actually got me for real, because these are things that like make sense. But it was, what's the chapter in the back?
Are you talking about the breaking old agreements or something?
Breaking old agreements and the domestication and the dream of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That had a grip on me. And that's only because, like, yeah, I get these four agreements, but then after that, they're like, okay, now this is how you do it.
Mm-hmm. They give you an application.
And I was like, whoa, 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 hey there. And then they called the agreements that you, like, lived off of, like, probably before up to now, parasites.
Yeah.
I was like,
It said it was like a parasite in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and the parasite is controlling the way that you believe and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you judge yourself for the actions that you
Mm-hmm.
have and stuff like that.
And the thing, the cool part about being impeccable with your word was because was I don't know what was about to go on in the King's English when I was about to say that, but it was be impeccable with your word shaped the rest of the agreements,
Yeah.
and it talked about how you speak to yourself more importantly than you
How you
speak
speak
to
to others,
others,
because the way you speak to yourself will be how you speak to others.
and that I know that I don't speak that well to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why I don't speak that well to myself. And the four agreements took that and then put the reason why through a microphone and started yelling in my ear. Like, hey, this is why. And this is how you can change it, girl. So you have no excuse. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, I'm going to therapy. I'm doing the things I need to do for me
But
to.
are you truly applying? That's what this book.
Yeah.
That's what this book really says. Are you really doing it? Like, you might believe it, you might think it, you might say you want to do these things, but are you really doing it?
I might read this book every 2 months until I
It's already ingrained
until
in
it's
your head.
ingrained because they say about the warrior you may lose, but you at least fought for
Trying to do every
trying to
agreement every
right,
day.
right. So I may go to it half a quarter and read it again just so I can freshen my mind on the four agreements.
Like they say you're supposed to do with your Bible.
That is true. That is true.
In what ways do you think our words shape our reality, both for ourselves and others? We were just talking about this a little bit.
I think they shape everything. um Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think they shape everything. I think in the leadership language book, I brought out what's it called? Dry erase board. And I talked about how you speak and how you do things. And I had James 1 and 14 on be quick to listen, slow to anger, and slow to speak.
Yep, and that's in this book.
This is the entire book. That James 1:14 is the entire book. So if you want to just read one sentence instead of an entire book, just read James 1:14.
I don't think so. I think it goes greatly into depth.
It does, but I'm saying like
It doesn't.
do you
You
want the
can't.
Spark Notes
You
version?
can't get that just from James 1:14.
You get enough.
You don't.
Shut your mouth. Don't be angry and listen
Because I don't think
a
that's what
lot.
it's saying.
Well, it is saying that you should pick your words wisely because you can poison yourself and others.
Yes.
It's not telling you specific. James 1:14 is not telling you specifically why. They're just telling you to do.
See, but this book tells you why. It compares your negative words to black magic, like black spells that you're casting upon yourself and others. And that was very, that resonated with me a lot because I feel like, yeah, once we like put it out there, like there's no taking it back.
No, it's not.
It manifests itself in whatever way that we put it out there.
Yeah, they were talking about how, and this was so interesting because it's like they were talking about me. And it was like there's a little girl who used to sing all the time, and then one day,
Somebody said she had a bad voice, basically, like, shut up singing, I don't want to hear it.
yeah, so she decided never to sing again or to sing quietly for the rest of her life. And then she was like, one day she was like, well, I'm tired of this. I'll sing regardless if I sing bad or whatever. And so she came to that conclusion. But the thing is that I realized from this book is also to what?
It wasn't moving
Oh,
as much.
I realized in this book how good it is to be so confident in yourself and to just trust yourself regardless. but I also feel like I want to be a light to other people so that they have that confidence in themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mm.
I understand. Okay, what was I going to say? It was something in here.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Mm-hmm.
You look. Okay, go ahead.
Um, what did your domestication teach you, and how did it make you feel?
Okay, I don't know. I feel like my domestication taught me like to not lean on anybody. I wouldn't say not to lean on anybody, but not to trust anybody because at any given point there cannot be anybody else there but me and God.
That's sad.
I don't.
Um,
It's not sad.
that
It's
is
just
sad.
how is that sad?
You can't trust anybody.
Because they're not gonna be able to be there for you exactly the way you need them or want them to be. Only person that has you is you.
But
Holistically.
that doesn't mean.
I
But
mean,
but that is
you can potentially trust people for certain amounts of time in your life or with certain things, but you can't trust anybody with anything or everything.
that is what your domestication taught you.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you recall a time when a simple word, either positive or negative, had a lasting impact on you or someone else? I have two.
Yes. Um,
This is a good one.
I'm glad that you caught that. I well today we were at Barnes and Noble, and the lady at the register was like, "You all look stunning."
She did say that.
She was like, "The eyes, the face, the everything. You guys just look so stunning."
And I look worse than this.
And I was like, but since I read the book, I took it in because I was like, this is positive energy. I'll take it. I appreciate it, you know?
Yeah.
And that was positive energy. Now, on the flip side, I have multiple instances that stuck with me from when I was a child until now. And what I'm going to do is actually not harp on them. And the reason is because um, I'm living in a different space, in a different era. You get what I'm saying?
So you don't even want to put them out there.
I don't, because I am conquering fears.
Mm-hmm.
I am moving. I am growing. I am, you know, becoming the person that I know that God made me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am that already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just stepping into that fully.
Right.
So, whatever hating ass shit y'all had for me, bro, whatever hating ass words y'all had for me, bro, y'all gave it to me and it stuck with me for a bit and it hurt. But, I mean, the crazy thing about it is that the things that y'all said to me before, you don't remember, but I did. So, I want to remind you all that the negative things that you say to people, like just think about the things that you say to people because they stick and they stick around. And regardless if you meant it or not, it can alter the way that somebody moves from point A to point B.
Okay. So, one for me. I'll do a positive and a negative. Okay. So, all my life, I've always been told that I always have beautiful long hair. All my life. Like just full, thick, long hair. And I just always have had it. It's never like anything, but it's always been something that I've received. So that is something that that's always stuck with me. I'm very like particular
I know,
about my
yo,
hair.
bro. She's so, man.
So
Like,
particular.
look at the vlog, bro. Go to her vlog, bro. Whenever it comes out, whenever I decide to put that out into the ether, because
I'm very particular about my
Bro,
hair
bro, she be touching her hair like.
because it's important to me.
But
Like,
you know what? That's how I feel about my nails. So I got it. I get you.
so yes, that's one thing. Okay. So the negative thing. Okay. As everybody knows, or everybody might not know, my eye color changed from blue to green when I was around 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
Some months, or I don't know how long ago after that, and came the time that my mother let me go to the bathroom by myself for the first and last time.
Okay.
I was on the way to the bathroom. A woman stopped me in the foyer of the church, and she said that my eyes were so pretty that she would scoop them out and replace them with hers.
That's not negative.
And it scared the crap out
Oh.
of me as a 4 year old, wondering why in the world is this woman saying to me? So
She was saying that she's envious of your eyes.
I know, but why would you say it like that to me? Like, what the fuck?
The
I'm
road to
4 or 5 years
hell is
old.
paved by good intentions.
I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? So I run back to my mom. And I'm like, Mom, this woman said she scooped my eyeballs out and stuff. And Mom is like, Where? Where? I'm like, I don't remember what she looked like. I just remember what she said to me. But that stuck with me. And like, I hated my eyes for a very long time because they weren't blue anymore. Because I thought that was the reason why the woman said it to me.
That is an assumption.
And so it stuck with me very bad. Okay, so on the opposite side, the things that I've said to people. Okay, so obviously I'm very flattering to all my friends. I say all my friends are pretty because they are. I don't have any ugly friends, but that's my nice thing.
Okay.
So, my mean thing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I can't stop laughing. Okay.
Because you're so ashamed by it.
Yeah, I'm so ashamed.
That's the face of shame, everybody.
Okay, let me get serious.
Okay. Are you ashamed?
No.
You're not ashamed.
Not really, but I know it hurt his feelings. So I said something really mean and like really mean. And he knows what I said. And I'm not
Uh-huh.
going to say who he is, but he knows what I said.
And you're not ashamed. You don't have remorse for giving
I
somebody
said I was sorry.
poison.
I said I
there?
was sorry. I said I was sorry.
Should you bathe with the book so you can get it through
No,
osmosis
I said I
or
was sorry.
uh-huh.
And that's it.
Okay.
I have expressed my remorse as much as I'm going to.
Okay. So in my
But it did affect him negatively because
because you have a sharp tongue.
apparently I didn't know.
Okay.
I thought I was being real polite. And I didn't even say it in a real horrible negative way. I could have said it worse. I don't think I'm helping.
No, you're not.
Okay.
In my instance, I really be trying my best. I really be trying my best to say like you didn't do well.
You didn't do well. What does that mean?
Like I have a really hard time giving people feedback.
That's negative.
I feel like
I don't.
I
I
feel like,
just straight shooter.
but I do though. And then when I say it, they be like,
But they're gonna be upset either way. That's why I just straight shoot. It
and
don't matter.
and I'm just like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
Why are you getting so offended or like defensive about their feelings?
I'm not. But my thing is that don't ask me no more.
Mom always says you can't help how someone's going to receive something.
Well,
You can
I
only
can
control what you're
only
going to
tell
say.
you to not ask me
Mm.
because if you know that I'm going to be truthful and honest. You know what I'm saying?
What Kennedy is saying is value your own opinion because you're not going to like hers.
Well, you might if it's good to me.
You're definitely not going to like mine. I'm just going to say that.
We are different peas in the same pod.
She's the first P and I'm the second. Okay, next question.
If we were apples in a bag, she would be Granny Smith.
Yeah, I love Granny Smith apples though. They taste the best. They're kind of sweet. Okay, so, the second agreement emphasizes that nothing others do is because of us. Hey, this one hit me.
I know.
What was your reaction to this idea? How challenging or liberating is it to internalize this lesson? I have two questions for this amendment. This don't take anything personally. Yeah, I have two questions for this one.
I just want to say that I was prophetic
She was.
in high school.
She was.
I said this to a group of middle schoolers,
Which I was a part of.
and I would say this to her all the time because I was just tired of them. Like I was a after school substitute or after school teacher's assistant in high school for middle schoolers, and Casey just so happened to be one of them middle schoolers. And they be like, "Oh, well, he told me that my mom is fat." And I'm like, "Okay, well, do you believe that?" I'm just like, And if she is, then okay, that's so. That means they're kind of stating the obvious. And then after that, like, do you feel bad that your mom is? Like, I'm just,
Yeah, like, why is it affecting you?
I'm confused because at the end of the day, like, they have mental issues going on.
Dang.
Yeah. Let's pray for her. They got mental issues going on, so it's like, why are you mad that they got mental issues going on? And I would say that to Casey all the time because she would be mad because people would try to talk about her, try to fight her, this and that.
And I wasn't even doing nothing to them.
And I'd be like, why are you mad? Because they have mental issues. You mad at you mad and you want to fight them because they got mental issues.
Well, they're not documented mental issues, so I'm not going to treat them as that.
Girl, you know, we know people that have physical ailments that don't get diagnosed. We know people that have mental ailments that have not been diagnosed. You get what I'm saying?
That is true.
So it don't gotta be documented for you to be crazy. So it's none of my business. And you know what? I lost sight.
You never said the quote.
What?
What other people,
What other
have,
people
to say about you
is none of
is
your business. But they're talking about me. None of your business. And I lost sight of that a couple months ago. I lost sight of
listen to your own words, Kennedy.
I lost sight of that a couple months ago, and I went crazy because I just didn't understand why this person was talking about me, saying things about me, saying that I did X, Y, and Z when I don't even know what was going on. And at the end of the day, I just realized that I was becoming crazier
by listening to the crazy.
than the crazy people. And so then I signed up for therapy, and I've been okay ever since. Because what other people say about you, and they even say what other people do to you is none of your business.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, we taking a little far.
That's why I didn't like it. I was like, what they do? They thinking about it though, Lord.
He was like, even if they, you in the face.
Yeah, he was like even if they,
it has nothing to do with you.
They did it on their own personal choice.
I was like,
I'm like, but do I not get the choice to fight back? Like,
is the question.
Like, what does that have to do with me? Like, what? No, you're right. It does have something to do with me because they're trying to take my life.
Am I supposed to stand here?
Right. Like,
what
am I
else
supposed to be cool with them? Like, what if they do try to do it and they miss and then, like, I gotta be cool after that?
Bro.
Tripping. Okay. My reaction to it was the same reaction I had in middle school. I thought it was the dumbest shit that could ever come out of Kennedy's mouth. And then when I kept reading the book, I was like, oh, Okay.
That's why she said
Yeah,
it.
well, that's why she said that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how the fuck did she say that to me? And she's not the one sitting here having to listen to them talk all day.
I was hearing them talk from 3 to 5. That was enough. I had enough.
I was like, this is so stupid. Like, I have to fight these kids and stand up for myself every day. And you're like, it doesn't have anything that it's not your
It doesn't matter. It's
business.
not your business.
I'm like, but they're talking about my business.
So?
And you're like, yeah, because you were responding. And I'm like,
And then you know what? Even when you say, "Okay, it's none of my business," whatever, they get louder because they're
because you they
upset.
said in the book though, it's because you don't receive the poison. And so
Mm-hmm.
what happens is the poison starts to multiply in their body and they
Mm-hmm.
get even more upset with your
Mm-hmm.
non-reaction. And
Mm-hmm.
the fact is, I have felt that. I have known that feeling of the poison multiplying in
And your
my body.
me too a couple months ago.
And and being able to be like, okay, you didn't like that one.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Hear
this
this?
one?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like that one.
How
How
about
about
this
this
one?
one?
And she's laughing as if she has no remorse.
Because I'm thinking about the situations
Oh,
and they're
oh.
funny to me.
Hopefully she has remorse. Yeah, she has it.
I have said I was sorry for some of the things I said. Some of the things I still have not taken back, and I will not take them back. Like one time, guys, I'm not gonna tell you the scenario, but Jade, if you're watching, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I told somebody, "Yeah, yeah, I did it. I'll do it again. I hope you hear about it." It was not challenging at all for me to internalize this lesson.
Oh yeah, no, me either.
I completely understood it,
Yeah, it's because I
and
banged it in her head.
she did, and I am doing better about using it. I don't take things personally as much anymore. This has helped me not take things personally, like not getting as many views or just now getting questions on my Instagram and stuff.
It's good
And
though.
I'm ending the season.
That's good though.
But it's like, you know, it's no big deal. Why would I take it personally? I get my help when I can. I get what I need done. Why be mad? So I don't do it anymore.
Because you can be mad.
No, because what's the point? That's wasted energy. I could be reading a book
That's
or
true. That's true.
handling business or
No, handling business.
or or handling business
Handling
or
business.
handling business or coloring or like doing something that I really want to do.
She take coloring seriously, but she don't take handling business. Handling business. No, handling business.
Because that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I said handling business. Right, exactly.
handling business.
So yeah, I think I just need to work on like doing it more. Like when I get angry, I really need to do that slow to talk
That's what
and
happened to
anger
me. I
thing.
got heated.
Yeah, that slow to talk to anger thing. Not a real solid,
I
thing
really
in my domestication.
shout out to my therapist for facts because I really like them weekly talks be like
Really?
calming me down.
Why don't you like journal in between and stuff?
I do, but the week I go every week. Well, I journal now, so it's better for me. I just type it out, and then after I type it, I feel like.
Yeah.
But sometimes life be moving so fast. You don't even. Sometimes life be moving so fast. I don't even think to journal.
I just like do journal questions in my head if I can't get to a book.
That's good.
I told you because I'm that quick to anger. So I need
That's
to.
not good.
I need to.
Is that hereditary? Did we hereditate that?
Inherit.
Do we hereditate
You can see
that?
who was the biology major and who was the computer science major. Hereditate is crazy. You should go on Baddies. They mess up words on there all the time.
Girl, a word is just something that people made up.
Okay. Are there specific situations or relationships where you struggle with not taking things personally? I'm gonna say yeah.
No,
My family relationships, I take shit hella personally. I'm gonna stop doing that though.
no.
Uh,
Um, I used to take what this girl used to tell me personally. I used to take what other people because I value her opinion a lot. A little bit less now, only for my sake. But
it's because I'm just very straightforward. I don't sugarcoat nothing, and it's very hard to take that all the time.
even in my understanding that, I had to understand like how am I speaking to her because you could take that the wrong way. So I refrain from saying things that make you feel like, oh wow, I'm not doing this right because it's none of my business if you're doing it right or wrong. If you're not yourself, even if you are, like I'm just gonna tell you, hey,
Please stop.
you should stop. Mm. And after that, like,
There's nothing you
there's
can
nothing I
do.
can do about that. So, like, taking the reins off of like how I speak to you, or why I'm speaking to you, or like even in the instances that kind of happened when you were here, like feeling like I had to be the one to like move things along. Done with that.
I don't know why you're moving the mic.
Oh,
Because
whatever.
it's affecting you.
Whatever. I'm done with that. And the only reason I'm done with that is because she's the captain of her ship. I'm the captain of my ship. And there's a way to get things done for me. And if she wants to be a part of that, then that's cool. But if she doesn't want to be a part of that, that's also cool. It would make me sad and disappointed. But then I would know, well, she doesn't want to do it for whatever reason. So I have choices to get somebody else to do it or do it by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes I get so caught up in my head on wanting things a certain way at a certain time. And then I start to stress other people out because my dream of doing it is escaping me. And so I'm like, well, if it's not getting done, then I have to figure out a way to control the situation to where I can get it done in a certain time. And that, my friends, is not healthy
At all.
at all. So that will be my next thing that I'm talking to my therapist about. And then I'm going to move forward and I'm going to be the most sober, high person that you ever know
Mm.
because I'm just gonna flow with stuff. If you don't want to do it, okay. If you do want to do it, okay. If you want to jump in the water, okay. If you want to jump in the fire, okay. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna, you know, do my due diligence and not tell you if something's, off,
Or
like, yeah, detrimental
detrimental.
to you. But at the end of the day, if you pass or fail, that's on you, bro. Like, my opinion doesn't mean jack shit in comparison to you actually figuring out what you want to do for you.
Yeah.
So,
I think also, sorry, had to get my thoughts together. I believe that also I had a problem with it in like my romantic relationships
mm,
because I'm like the same thing of what you were saying, but just in a different way, I guess. I was thinking of having something exactly the way I wanted, us
mm-hmm,
communicating a specific way, us
mm-hmm,
doing things a specific way, us meeting each other a specific way.
mm-hmm,
So it's like if I can't have it happen like that, I don't want it to happen at all.
mm-hmm,
Or if he doesn't do this much, or if I don't do that much,
mm-hmm,
or if everything's not perfect, at least in my eyes, then it can't happen at all.
mm-hmm.
And that's not how life works, guys. Things still have to happen even when they're not perfect.
Your therapist must have told you that.
No. Life currently has taught me that. Like, I'm still sitting here filming, even though I don't have everything I need or want.
Yeah.
But I'm still in the outfit. I'm still sitting here talking to you guys, even if I don't feel that great either. So, yeah, it's just like I have to keep putting out my 100% at the time and stop making it like stop finding people to blame. Because I feel like that's the reason we take things personally. So that way, instead of the accountability being on us not wanting to or making a different decision,
Mm-hmm.
we instead say, well, they didn't meet up to what I expected of them, or
Mm-hmm.
they didn't do what I needed them to do, so
Mm-hmm.
therefore I couldn't do what I needed to do for
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Because you could have left them. You could have left them at the apartment.
You could have done a multitude of different things. You could have
Right.
done it yourself. You could have
Right.
waited till you had the money to do it yourself,
Right.
or you could have slowed down. Like, even when I wanted to start this, like, I was so mad at mom because I went to her in November to tell her that I wanted to start and that I wanted to take the money out and do all this other stuff. And she was like, no, can you just wait till the end of January for us to do it? And so I'm like, no, I don't want to wait. Da, 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 da.
I remember that
Yeah,
conversation.
and so she was like, so then I literally came up here to see you, and I was like, well, I have everything else except for,
A computer.
yeah. Well, no, at the time I had the computer and not everything
Oh
else,
yeah, that's true.
because
But
she didn't order it until the day I got back.
because you had the computer,
Yeah.
I think yeah. But I was just like, well, what can you do now? And I think that was around the time I had gotten this computer, and I was like, okay, well, you can have this computer. You can start with something.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Don't just not
don't,
start just because
like, you can
she won't have the
plan, right?
stuff.
You can plan. You can do so much stuff in the meantime, you know. So, mm,
So yeah, that's all. I think not taking things personally will help me not expect a lot more things from others. It will help me to think about things for myself, and then I can just have other people there as an added bonus, not really as something that I need.
mm-hmm.
And so I think not taking things personally will help me do that. Okay, next question. Um, uh, have you ever made an assumption that turned out to be completely incorrect?
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
How could you have approached the situation differently?
I think I still do that to. I think I've done that to this day.
Completely incorrect?
Oh, not completely. In actually, no, because I did just have a situation where, I thought that the person I was talking to wanted to do something for a set amount of time, and I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a different amount of. It was actually like a way shorter amount of time.
Why did you? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have it right here on my thing, but that caused like a riff, and I don't ask questions a lot. I do assume a lot when I should be asking questions. Well, how long is that? Or
Yeah, but there are some people who are like get so uncomfortable by questions though. Like I like to ask questions. I like to ask when is it gonna happen, where is it gonna happen, how is it gonna happen, what time is it gonna happen? Like even if I'm gonna be late, like I still wanna know. I still wanna know like us where are the lights gonna sit? Where what am I gonna wear? Like I ask all those questions. Are you gonna have it or are we just gonna get it when we get there?
I guess that's why I be missing stuff because I don't be asking questions.
Because I ask hella questions. I'd rather somebody tell me like, "Oh my gosh, Casey, just go wherever." I don't do
Mhm.
that shit. I've never done that ever since I was a kid. Even when I wanted to have birthday parties, I planned them. I said where I wanted to go, how much coins I wanted at the Chuck E. Cheese station.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
I told them what kind of Barbies I wanted. Everything that I wanted or needed, I said something about because you're not getting ready to give me something I don't want.
And that's crazy how assumptions, because I'm thinking about it now, assumptions has something to do with being impeccable with your word, being without sin. Because My assumptions of a lot of stuff before were due to the fact that I felt like whatever I got was should be good enough for me. So I would assume, you know, we're going here, and if we go here, I'm just gonna stick to the corner, or I'm gonna stick to wherever because, that has to be good enough for me because I'm this and I'm that. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
But, oh yeah, she doesn't know what I'm saying. But can you
I
sympathize?
can sympathize with that, but yeah, I personally don't play that shit.
So it's like I can understand now, and I can understand the root of that. And now that I do not operate in that manner, or I'm beginning to get out of that operation, then I can take the reins more on a what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Also, there's another reason why people assume, and it's because they don't want to hear the truth.
Correct.
And I know this didn't have anything to do with the question, but sometimes I do not want to hear the truth. And so I will assume that everything is okay. Everything is peaches and roses and
Really?
I'll sometimes I'll assume that, but I won't assume it for long.
It's not that I'll assume that. It's more that I will be like, I'll start to think things are wrong. So if I don't ask no questions, bruh, I'm, if I don't ask any questions, I already know.
Mm,
Like, if you're not coming and telling me what it is, but then I come and ask you, I'm going to assume that you're going to lie.
mm.
I'm going to assume that you're going to make it seem like everything is okay.
You know how we got some people in our distant to close
Distance close.
family,
Our close distance.
our close distant family that does not want to ask questions
Yeah.
so they can live in a
That's
realm.
because her friend told her, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. Because when they come looking and asking who knows, you really won't know. You won't have to lie.
That's a terrible thing to tell somebody.
And I agree. I wouldn't go asking about shit that didn't have nothing to do with me neither. Because why the fuck would I do that?
Mm.
I don't want to know. The thing is, if I don't want to know that bad, though, I'm not going to be as invested, nor are you going to be as invested in my life.
But that personal to distant family member is invested.
Not in mine, for real. She
Not
don't,
anymore.
not for real. She don't really ask me too many questions. She never has.
Oh, baby. Invested is a word.
Oh, I don't really think she is. I think she gives her input, but I don't think she's invested.
Mm. That's fair.
Invested means that like I say with people who know the real meaning of having kids, invested means that you are willing to do whatever it takes to for the growth of said thing. Anything is a very broad word. And if you are not willing to do anything, that's not
Then
the
you're
word,
not.
then you're not invested. Because anybody who's invested in the growth of a plant is going to buy whatever it needs: manure, rocks, water, sunlight, if it has to.
Blood meal, calcium,
Anything that it takes
nutrients,
to grow that plant.
Mountain Valley
But when you
water.
start putting stipulations on, well, I don't have the money for organic feed, but that's what's going to make the plant grow the healthiest and the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
All I have is this rusty pipe water, and you're not even trying to pay for a book to read to try to see if you can find some better water. You're not even going on a walk for 20 minutes
What is that?
to try
What
to.
is that? What is that? What is the summation of that?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you describing?
You're not putting in any effort.
It's not an investment, but what is it? Like, pretending to be.
Invested is infatuation.
Is it?
I think so. It's where you basically pretend to be in love, or you just feel a strong emotion for something. You're not really wanting of it. Let's look it up.
That's what I'm doing right now. To be inspired with an intense but short-lived passion or admiration for.
Mm,
We need to be inspired with a intense and long-lived passion and admiration.
that's an investment.
So, I feel that.
So yeah, that's why I don't think that it. What was the word that it? What was the word to use in the question?
Investment
Yeah,
or
I don't think it's.
are,
I don't think she's invested. That's what we were talking about before.
mm,
But to redirect to the question,
I feel like I answered it though.
oh, we were talking about situations we were completely wrong. I don't know if there's a situation that I was completely
Yeah,
wrong.
I never say it completely wrong. But we can rewind the tapes. I never
Yeah,
said.
we can run a taste back, but I don't wanna say a situation where I was completely wrong, or I just misjudged it and act out of like complete anger.
Oh wait, that's not true. I did, but I just don't remember it. I remember the emotion.
I don't. I don't remember, like I don't remember giving nothing to nobody that they didn't deserve it. At least 20%.
Ah, ah, ah. Oh, I do remember that. I do actually remember.
Cause I know somebody who would say that they didn't deserve it, but the thing is, I don't care if you give me 50. I'm gonna give you 150.
You're crazy. Next question.
Okay, next question. Uh, the final agreement is about doing your best in all situations. Do you think doing your best looks different at different times or stages of your life? How can we maintain this principle even when we're not feeling our best?
Great question.
I am the definition of it right now.
That's what I say. Great question. As somebody who has been in ailment city,
Mm, that's you.
I've been in it. We're not residing.
I didn't say
Oh,
you. You
oh,
said you been, and I
yes,
said that's
yes,
you.
that's me. I have been in ailment city a couple of times, and a lot of times I was like, well, I can't do anything at all. But sometimes, even if you can't move your body to think about something, to open your eyes and do whatever. Like I have a journal entry like because I love myself, I will breathe tomorrow. If doing your best is breathing tomorrow, I feel like you did a good job. If that's all you can do right now, you did a good job. That doesn't mean that you are any less of a carpenter, Jesus. That doesn't mean that you are less than a dancer, Beyonce. But you have to give yourself grace and you also have to give yourself rest because one thing that I did do was beat myself up for not being able to perform that day like I could perform.
3 days ago, or a
Right.
week ago, or
Right.
5 years ago.
Right. But I did realize that, you know, if God decides that healing is in your path,
Then allow yourself to
then
heal.
allow yourself to rest because you will be able to buy lights again. You'll be able to do whatever you need to do again. So don't be discouraged because I believe that the entire time that I was in the hospital and the entire time that I was here, I mean, in my apartment, I was never discouraged at the fact that I would not get better because I was not going to allow myself not to get better. Um, I was going to do everything in my power. If it was cut people off, if it was whatever. I felt like
If she had to go down to the Lake of Nazareth, we was gonna
I
go.
was swimming, and I don't even know how to swim. But I am saying that doing your best is understanding, like, okay, what can I do?
Hmm.
What can I do now? And I'm going to do it. It's not, okay, when will I do it? How will I? I'm going to do it. Whenever it is, regardless of what time people think I should be on, I'm going to do it because that is what I believe my best is. And if I don't get it done that day, it's okay because I still have it on my things to do and I'm going to do it. A lot of times people will say you didn't do your best, you didn't do whatever, but fuck them.
Ding.
Because at the end of the day, like, one thing people do is get discouraged because they didn't achieve what other people wanted them to achieve during that time. A lot of times, especially in school, I would come home and never measure up to what my parents wanted me to measure up to. I still made it here, you
Mm.
know. I still made it to having a job.
Mm.
I still made it to having an apartment. I still made it to breathing and living and experiencing and going across the world and being able to do whatever I needed to do. So, having fear for your child, having fear for anyone, and inserting that fear or inserting that I know that you can do better is cool, also. But also at the same time, don't give a fuck when people when people put expectations on you, because at the end of the day, you're gonna keep moving, you're gonna keep prospering.
Yes, I think always doing your best is very important for you. This book is very for you, but I think always doing your best is very for you. Assessing where you are when you wake up in the morning and doing as much as you can for yourself at that moment.
Yep.
Like, if you can't do it all, okay, you pray that you get another day to do the rest tomorrow. But the thing is, I feel like we don't feel like, number one, that we're meeting up to our potential because of our upbringings,
Of other people's
and
expectations of
we
you.
also don't feel like we're. That's why a bunch of kids have anxiety and stuff like that now, because of social media and constantly being presented with somebody else's expectation for themselves. So you have to be very in tune with yourself and say, okay, well, yeah, I don't look like that, but who cares? That's not how I'm supposed to look. I don't think like that, but who cares? That's not how I'm supposed to think. Like, you have to, as long as you're not out there killing, because nowhere in this book did it say kill people for fun. It didn't say that.
It never
It
says
never
that.
said if that was your idea, you should do it, babe. Never, okay? Beat up on people. It never said that. Run your cars into the road. No, it never
No.
said that. It said
Be
be
positive. Be
positive,
love.
be accepting, be loving, be caring. It costs nothing to do all these things. Like, be it to yourself first, and to God, be it to God and yourself first, and then it will express itself to other people. You won't have a choice but to express it to other people. So I think we all need to, just like this book tells us, to start accepting ourselves, and then we'll be nicer to other people, and we won't care about those set expectations that's being put in front of us all the time.
Yep. And live like the book says. You can say, hey, I could die tomorrow.
Yeah,
I could
or in a week,
die today. Let's live as if that was a thing.
because it is.
And then hopefully,
You live a long life.
yeah, and you just live life. Like, I think in my truest form of embracing the four agreements, I have wiped all of this stuff off. I have wiped my job off somehow. I wiped off everything in like the most comfortable and responsible way.
Okay.
And I started traveling to taste different foods and cuisines and to be able to like understand different cultures because that's what I like to do. So I keep praying on that, and the fear will go, but I'm between taking the risk and understanding that I do need to be more financially sound before I do it.
I don't think you need to be more financially sound. I think you just need to be more financially budgeted.
That's true.
prioritize. It's
That's
not
true.
really about having more of the resources, because what I'm realizing is that it don't matter if you got $3 or
You can still make
$17,000.
it shake.
You can still do whatever the fuck you
Mhm.
want to do.
Mhm. But it's the feeling of being uncomfortable that gets me in my solar plexus
But this book tells you that you're gonna literally be uncomfortable
the
all the
entire
fucking
time.
time.
Yep.
And now we're adding to things that you have to do all the time. You have to pay attention all the time. You have to listen all the time. Now you have to be uncomfortable all the time. Kennedy, we're gonna keep reading. You're gonna have a list of things.
To do all the time.
As soon as you wake up in the morning. Okay, last two questions.
Okay.
So, where is it? Okay. Which agreement do you find most difficult to practice and why? What strategies could help you improve in this area? I'll go first if
Go
you're going to
ahead.
think. I think the hardest one is the first one, and that's be impeccable with your word.
I was gonna say that.
Because if you do that one, all of the other ones fall in line. If you tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and then it does say in here to do it in a receptive way. It does not say to do it as bluntly as I am learning how not to do it now.
Yes, Casey, it does. It does say that.
So
I'm glad you pointed that out.
I just wanted to make sure so everybody didn't go walking around saying whatever the fuck they wanted to whoever
I'm
the fuck
so
they
glad
wanted
you
to.
said that.
I would feel bad if I put that out into the internet for people to do. So, if you do that, you're not going to take things personally for what people say, because you are going to receive it differently. So therefore, you're not going to think, oh, well, they're not going to do this or they're not going to do that, or you're going to be more receptive to the actual words and actions of other people, and then it'll make you be like, oh, okay, I know what to think here. I know what to say here. I know what they're doing and what they're trying to do here, because you know how you're talking, and if what they're saying doesn't match the same vibration and the same thing as what you're consistently saying, then you'll know something's off.
You can get away from
How do I think? What are some strategies to help us do that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to reread the book again to tell me how to do that, because I didn't receive all of them. But the main one, I think, probably because I didn't want to, but that's my fault, not true, guys. Okay, so I think the main thing is taking some deep breaths and speaking to the person from a place of love, no matter how you feel.
Ooh, that's hard.
I know.
That's hard.
Start there. And however you have to do that initially, then you can work your way down to doing it instantaneously. But it'll take practice. So now I'm just working on being quiet when I think certain things. If they don't get out of my head, I can tell my brain to be quiet in a few less seconds.
That's so good, because
You're covering it.
I'm not. I'm right here.
You were with your face.
I was right here with it. I'm still talking.
But yeah, it's it is very hard, but I'm getting better at it. I've just been a lot more quiet, a lot more
Love that for you.
for my conversation.
I love that for you, actually.
But yes, I'm getting better. I'm getting myself ready for my husband and my children, so that way I can have a happy, communicative home.
So that you don't traumatize your kids.
That's
and your
the goal.
husband.
My husband.
You can you can traumatize your esposo.
Oh well.
That's
think
Spanish
about,
for husband.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Esposa is wife.
Yes, it is.
It means spouse.
Yes.
But yes, so I'm gonna work on that, guys. But I think everything else I pretty much do pretty cool. Like, I think that's why I like the book so much, because it didn't really make me feel uncomfortable. Like, it was more just like reiterating the things that I know in my head, just like hearing them more.
A long day's work.
Okay. Ruiz speaks about the idea of freedom in the context of breaking old agreements.
Hmm.
Do you think the four agreements offer a pathway to personal freedom? If so, how?
Definitely. And you'll have to read the book to find out.
Okay, I'll give you the bullet points. First of all, if you have not been listening to this whole conversation, here's the spark notes of the video. Yes, you had to wait till the end to get them. The four agreements are: be impeccable with your word.
That is the first one.
Don't take things personally.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
And always do your best.
That's good.
And that's with only reading the book once, no notes. Brain still works.
That's good.
So, if you do all four of those things, you will think about yourself holistically in a different way. Therefore, you will think about others. You will receive what others are presenting to you in a different way.
But I will say that you'll have to read the book to find out, because I feel like with this book, just listening to the book club does not do justice to the internal work that you have to do for yourself.
Yeah, you have to really, really read the applications, let it resonate with you, and let it sit on you.
You have to accept it too,
Yeah,
because I could feel my body trying not to accept.
resisting it. The
Right.
parasite was resisting the good
Right. And I
information.
was like, oh, and there have been a lot of things recently where I am changing the way that I think, and my body has been reactive to it. And I'm like, hey, whoa, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do things that actually are like productive and positive, and we're not going to continue to be addicted, because I found out that I was actually addicted. I like to the negative energy that people were giving me, and I was like, am I addicted to feeling sad, feeling angry? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, I was actually putting myself in a personal hell.
Yeah, but they said that's what you start to do. After you've been domesticated as much as you possibly can,
Hmm.
then it's up to you to think how you want to think. And so you can't blame it on anybody else for the way you consistently put yourself in a certain situation. But you also have to realize that that's something else they said. You have to come to a place of self accept
Awareness.
awareness to
Hmm.
be able to change
Hmm.
what you're doing.
Hmm.
And so if all this video does for y'all is make y'all aware, we're cool. You can pick up the book then, and then it'll resonate with you a little more.
Hmm. Oh, we should make an Amazon wish list of books that we've
I don't
done
think
so
we
far.
can do it until I get to a certain number of subscribers.
Really?
Yeah, I can't put like links and stuff and attach it.
Not about links. Like we can just have, you can have your Amazon store. We can make an Amazon storefront,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that, we can put the books that we did this year.
Okay, guys, we're going to do that. So be looking for that next year,
You may find it.
this video.
You may find it this video. If it's in the description, it's in the description because it's in the description. But if
Right.
it's not,
Then
then
you'll
that,
see it next year.
yeah, you'll see it next year. But we want to be able to make sure that you have no excuse to
Right.
go
It's all right here. I'm giving it all away to you for real.
and
I'm
get the
giving you the
book.
blueprint.
Yeah, the books that we've read this year have been really good, because I don't think we're gonna read another book until next year, right?
No, we're not.
Um,
And we are reading, but we're reading a harder book. Well, I don't want to say harder.
It's a longer book.
It's a
It has
longer book
more
next time.
words. Mm,
I don't want to. I'm not receiving your negative energy right now.
I'm not.
So it's gonna be the psychology of money. Kennedy will put it up right here. And yeah, so y'all buy your books and get ready, because what I'm starting to realize is people don't really know how money works. Y'all sitting here listening to all these Instagram influencers say they're making millions of dollars every
Oh
single
no, they're
day.
not. They're renting out jets for 15 minutes. And
15 minutes, you
like
can do that
15 to 20, they can rent out mansions, and they can rent out jets
for 20 minutes.
for like maybe like an hour or so, and then they go in there and they do all their money content. See how I'm living? I'm living lavish. Or they
So
can
they change their clothes
uh-huh
and do different
uh-huh
videos in an hour.
uh-huh or they or they rent out like Lamborghinis and stuff like that, and they do their content like that.
And they take them back.
Yeah, it's probably all on the same property. But the amount of money that they're making off of it, it like evens out. It's not like one to one, but they're like making more money off of creating that content because people think that they are rich and that they can sell their they can sell their book or they can sell their course on how to make money, but it's actually like a scam. So, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not that, y'all. I'm giving y'all the real dirty down truth. I'm being impeccable with my word. So y'all be impeccable, and impeccable means without sin. It tells us in the book. Y'all be impeccable too, and like this video, share, subscribe,
Be without sin, like the video.
and comment, so that way
Oh
we
my
can
gosh.
start getting some more subscribers, putting us on other people's feeds, so that way I can start getting paid from this and actually give y'all the rundown on what it's like to do this. If you really want to know the behind the scenes, go to my vlog channel that is now being started and will probably be up and tagged in this next video.
It might be.
You don't have it closer enough to you.
Oh, sorry. It might be.
And that's where I'm going to be doing all the behind the scenes for my life and the podcast. So that way you guys can get to know me. And maybe you guys will submit some questions for the Ask the Host segment on there, because I can't seem to get y'all to talk here. Thank you.
Come back to my Twitch. I've moved. I've settled. I'm getting back on Twitch. I'm getting back on my Am I Outspoken page for my vlogs. I'm getting on YouTube, and I have a cooking show now, Unconventional Kitchen.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the first episode, guys.
You should come and watch and learn and cook with us. And it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a great time. I think this year was the year of movement. It was a lot of shifting, a lot of shaking. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I think I decided what word my next year is going to be, but right now I can't remember it, so the Lord is not letting me reveal it to you for some reason.
Mine's going to be prosperous. It just came to my head.
That's good. I guess, you know.
And another one I'm hearing is serenity.
Okay.
Prosperous and serene.
Okay. But, you know, y'all be easy. Y'all won't see me until next year. Probably. I don't know what the other months may hold.
Yeah. You might be in the vlog.
I might be. I might not be. I may take myself out. But y'all be easy. Y'all have a great Christmas. Y'all have a great
New
holiday,
Year's,
New Year's, pumpkin
Thanksgiving.
patch. You know.
Pumpkin patch is around Halloween.
Whatever. Y'all have a great holiday. And I'll see y'all.
Oh, also, what's our ending thing?
I didn't think we had one.
Be a millionaire. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a billionaire.
I was listening to that song today.
Well, I guess we'll end how we always end. You know, guys, always think about the way you're treating others. Don't forget those 4 agreements. I gave you the Spark Notes. Always do your best. And remember how you're treating yourselves and how you're treating others. And also, don't forget to love more, be more, and add more positivity to the world. We're out, guys.